last 10 minutes or so, just what is this moment like for you?
Sorry. This means a lot to me, man. You know, I'm a graduate, senior, and this is my only year at Xavier, and I didn't want to lose to Cincinnati, you know, especially like when I took my visit. That was the first video that showed me the Cincinnati versus Xavier rivalry games, and you know, I'm super thankful and blessed to be here. You know, thank you to the man above for tonight. But you know, this is a full team effort. You know, I take part of the credit. You know, this is a dog fight, and we were up 13. They made a run, but at the end of the day, the toughest team wins. And you know, in those final 2.5 minutes, we really pulled it out. You know, stayed together as a group. So I just wanted to give the city like what it deserves, and I knew they lost last year, and I didn't want to go out a loser to Cincinnati, and I wanted to get the win for them.
Your former teammate Baba was talked about coming into this game as the best player on the floor, expected to be. What did it feel like to play the way you did, going up against a former teammate like that?
It was cool, but you know, at the end of the day, it's not me versus him, me going against him, him going against me. It's Xavier versus Cincinnati. At the end of the day, you know, we're both last year guys, and we will never have this opportunity again. So it really just came down to who wanted it more, and we, as a team, wanted it more. And you know, I played against former teammates. Shout out Brandon Warren at West Virginia. I hope he's doing amazing down there. But like I said before, basketball is a beautiful game. You're going to go against former teammates. You know, you're going to make new teammates, like I am this year. So, you know, at the end of the day, it's Xavier versus Cincinnati. It's not me versus him versus me or anything like that. It's Xavier versus Cincinnati, and Xavier won.
Javon, you said Wednesday you wanted to see if it lived up to the hype. What was that atmosphere?
1,000%. 1,000% lived up to the hype. I mean, just shout out to the fans that came out there and were on their feet the whole 40 minutes. I know it was a dogfight. We battled all game, and thankfully we got the win.
How much did you think your guys' front court and their ability to stretch them and pull their big men away from the basket played a role on the outcome of this game?
I feel like me playing at that three-point line opened up a lot of trade buckets, Phil, guys attacking the rim, being aggressive at the rim. We know we can shoot it on the perimeter, but we need to get those paint touches, and they did a great job of doing that.
Trey, in the final minute of the game, there was, I think, 2 instances when you guys scored a basket. The team was all together. You were turned towards the fans, doing a zip them up to the fans. Why?
Xavier lost last year, and you know, we're taking the city back. That's all it is. At the end of the day, you know, it's one of the greatest college rivalries and bragging rights. So it's like I can say when I leave as a Xavier Musketeer, I never lost to Cincinnati, and I think that's a huge thing. And my guy over here is 1-0, and he's gonna go 2-0 next year. So like it means so much to the city. So like, and to the fans. Like the fans are great tonight. I seen them lined up. You know, when I came here around I think 11 o'clock this morning, they were lined up already camping outside. So this rivalry means everything to them, and we didn't want to let them down tonight. That's all it is.
The zip 'em up gesture, is that where did it come from?
Twitter. What's his name? Who was number? Zach. Zach, I think, or some forward from last year. I saw him do it, so you know, I wanted to do it. Sorry, Peyton, by the way. They're asking me. I swear it's not me. But it's just something for the fans, you know. And we're all going to sleep great tonight knowing that we won, and the fans are going to sleep great. You want to give them something to cheer on for after the game. Of course, they're going to cheer that we won, but you know, you got to get them going a little more.
Was that your first time ever like doing it though?
Yes, that was my first time doing it. Probably my last time.
For both of you, the expectations perhaps from the outside at the beginning of the year weren't great. They weren't very, very high. When you get a win like this, and now you're 7-3, does that change anything about the way you guys view this season going forward?
100%. I mean, we struggled early in the year. We had some hiccups, some bumps on the road. I feel like our guys, we came along together and just got used to playing with each other. That was the main thing. I mean, when you get a whole new roster, a whole new team full of guys, it's going to take some time to gel together. I feel like we're really good right now, and I feel we can even get better. So I'm excited for the future.
Yeah, and
Just
Trey, you quickly chose Xavier when you ran the transfer portal. What was it about this place that maybe tonight was also a big part of that?
Yeah, so, you know, transfer portal is a crazy thing. You know, you got a lot of people calling you, texting you first day you're in the portal. But Xavier was the one that was calling me the most, texting me the most, set up the Zoom call first the most. So I could tell they really wanted me, and, you know, they needed me at a certain aspect of like what I bring to a team. And, you know, whatever I heard, saw on the visit, it made me want to commit on the spot. And, you know, Coach Pitino's a great coach, back-to-back March Madnesses. You know, he just went last year. That's something I want to get back to, you know, missing March Madness last season, you know, with a whole entire new FAU team. So building new teams isn't new to me. I did it last year, I did it this year. So I think I got a step ahead of like what it takes to get there. And I got the experience to I know what it takes to get there. You know, been to a Final Four. I didn't play, you know, a whole lot that year, but I still saw what it took to get there. And, you know, coincidentally, one of the people from FU won the national championship last year, Elijah Martin, shout out to A-Mark. But, you know, Coach Pitino was like, I need you. You know, I was like, all right, sign me up. Like, I want to commit. And they showed the most love. And shout out to Coach P, because he's probably the funniest coach I've ever had. But he's a great coach. Like, he'll go off on you, and then he'll drop a play for you that very same time. So it's like it's a love relationship. I would run through a brick wall for Coach P, and I would truly mean that.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Flex, man. Come on.